Amy and I are on our way to go check out some new packaging, some wrapping paper. And last time I went to this store, I couldn't find any displays that I liked, but I love getting new grid wall and different types of displays. Let's see what I find this time. I kind of like the looks of this one. I have one of these, but I think this looks better on the countertop. And it'll hold up outside. Amy and I are home now, and I'm gonna take you through our display haul and packaging haul, if you will. And one of my passions is actually merchandising and setting up different displays and challenging myself with different types of markets and configurations for the booth. So tomorrow, I'm gonna take you on a little trip through one of the smaller markets we do, and you can see how I actually use some of the things that I bought today in my display at this weekend's market. So they didn't have the wrapping paper that we were wanting. We wanted like a thicker weight wrapping paper for people that order gift wrap with their items, but we still got some really nice tissue paper to use with our other items and other packaging. So this is for online orders. This was half price. Usually I go with kind of a metallic finish, but I really like this red, and so did Amy, and it was on a good special, so we grabbed some of that. And then our favorite is this gold stuff. So we love this stuff and really think it fits with our work, and so that was exciting to get some more of that back on hand. Dig into the sack here. It kind of feels like Santa's sack bit to me. We got some new cufflink or ring boxes, which was exciting to find them in town here. This next one, this is actually for our daughter. There's a new Barbie chair, she says, but it was a good price, and well, she just seems to like it, so we figured we might as well get her something while we're there. It's kind of a fun one. I also bought a new display case with a glass top. So lots of times, like the market I mentioned I'm doing tomorrow is kind of small. So this is a great display where I can't take my big glass counters in or something like that, or even my countertop ones. So I forgot to mention one final thing about this. It is actually a jewelry display. There's a mirror in there and a space for rings and all that kind of stuff. Even though our daughter's gonna use it for Barbies, who knows, maybe one day she'll actually use it for something of its intended purpose, but we thought it was kind of a fun thing to get anyways. We also bought this acrylic wallet display, and this will look great at the booth, I think, and keep everything nice and organized. So I'm looking forward to getting that out. Some nice ribbon here. I think Amy's gonna use that for some of the packaging or gift wrapping. Got a new duster. It's always important. We also bought some price tags, different colors, so we could kind of have maybe little specials here and there. And in this bag, I also have some brackets. So these were to go with some shelving that I bought before, and they didn't have the brackets at the time. So I'm excited I finally have the brackets, and I can finally set up some of those shelves. I don't think at this weekend's market I'll have room for that, but I'll show you that in a future video. I didn't even know these existed, but these are for clamping grid wall together. Usually I use zip ties, and generally when you're packing down the market, they kind of recommend you do that. But I found for like maybe bigger installations like I did at the Comic Expo, this would give perhaps better stability. And so I bought a whole handful of them. They weren't much. And I thought that these might just be a little bit better way to make a more stable structure, at least a more elaborate one. It's not assembled yet, but I did end up getting that mirror that I was showing everyone you guys in the video earlier. This is another item they're frequently out of stock on, and the wait time can be up to a month, so I grab them whenever I can. This is a corner shelf for my grid wall, and I'm going to be using a couple of these tomorrow at the market, so I'll show you what I mean. But love these things. They really make everything a lot more stable. And this, you can't tell what it is in here, but it's a really cool acrylic stand that we're going to use for all kinds of different types of items. I'm going to have it built for the market, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute here. So here's everything I bought today, all put together. For me, this is kind of like Christmas. I love booth stuff. I love merchandising and displays. Amy's kind of more the gearhead, and she's into all the tools and all that kind of stuff. So when we go other places, that's sort of more her thing. This is what gets me excited. Okay, so in behind me, you can kind of see the acrylic stand that Amy and I picked up at the display store yesterday, and what I've done with it. So I've put the clutches along the top, then some of Amy's wire work along the next shelf, and then some jewelry in the next shelf, and then in front of it I've put a couple of purses and that kind of thing. I think it makes a really nice display on top of the bookcase that I have here. It's the same bookcase that I had at my show last weekend. However, I've got such a limited amount of space here that there really wasn't much more room than that. Here's the mirror that we bought. In this case, it didn't work out with the booth due to space restrictions. I really wanted it on either the bookcase or the countertop, but due to the small size of the booth, I thought I was better off just displaying product instead, but I am looking forward to getting an opportunity to use this at an upcoming show. Okay, so here's a look at a case that this one just didn't work out with our booth this time, because as you could see, it was so cramped, but I love the way it displays the jewelry all the same. The other thing I liked about the case is that it has a small security feature of just a basic latch on the front, so that you just can't just pop it right open. On the other hand, it does flip all the way back if I let it, so I was concerned that the glass might get broken fairly easily if I'm not careful. So I recreated a bit of the setup because you couldn't really see it at the show, but here, these are the brackets that I bought. And although this particular shelf didn't work at this show, I'm looking forward to using them. I think they look a lot nicer than just a straight metal shelf. They have a nice bull nose on them, and with the correct brackets, they look great on the shelving. Here's that new corner shelf that we bought. I love these because they make the whole structure nice and secure. They look nice and finished instead of having a mismatched shelf in there, and it gives a nice kind of cool angular effect. Here are my little tabs that I have to hold the two walls of the grid together. A lot of people haven't seen these, and most people use zip ties, but I found zip ties often snap at often the most inopportune times, especially if you folded it the wrong way when you're packing up or adjusting it. So these, I think these are great. They look good too, and I like how secure they are, just to make sure it's a safe structure. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our display haul as much as I enjoyed setting it up. We'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.